Hi, I'm Kat, marketer turned brand storyteller.
And I'm Candice, educator turned entrepreneur.
And you're listening to
Not Nice, Clever.
As CEOs and leaders, it's your job to always have the answers, but sometimes you need a little help. Leverage, if you will. We get it. This is the place for you.
So wherever you're listening, 5:30 a.m. club at the gym, on your way to your next meeting, or putting out today's fire, let's get into it.
In today's mini episode, we are doing a debrief, a postmortem, if you will, on a recent event. Is that too Scorpio, too true crime?
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it.
All right, well, we're just diving right in. A debrief on an event that Candice and I were a part of in Miami a few weeks back as of the recording of this mini episode. And that is Sell It Miami 2023. So for those of you who don't know, if you're newer to the podcast, Candice and I both work with Ryan Serhant, and we're a part of the educational arm of that brand called Serhant Ventures. They've got a really amazing branding program that we're a part of. And this was an opportunity for us to finally meet people in person that we probably spend more time on Zoom with than our significant others. And the first event Candice and I ever went to, there was maybe 50 people in 2022?
Oh, yeah. It was definitely under 100.
Yeah, under 100. And there were several hundred at this event.
Yes. And it was amazing to be at a new location. So we were in Miami and connecting with agents all over the country and really all over the world. So it's always a great idea to kind of get out of your bubble, get out of your market. Real estate agents are really good at just staying in their market. But if you want to actually build a brand that connects and kind of not have to worry about business because you're so well connected, you have to get out of your bubble. And so that's what this gave us, an opportunity to just kind of meet people from everywhere, which was really cool.
Yeah. Growth doesn't happen in a bubble. It doesn't happen in a silo. And one thing that I really loved, the whole theme of the event was transform your name into an icon, which is a lofty promise for an event because we know iconic status is not achieved overnight. You know, it took Madonna decades. It took the Black Mamba, may he rest in peace, decades. You know, it's not something that happens overnight, but you can start, today or, whenever the event was. It's playing the long game. And one thing that I really found was refreshing was having speakers that didn't just speak on the typical tactical and practical, but really more to the quote unquote, I don't want to say softer side, but I want to say the human side of what we do. Because I feel like a lot of people discount it because it's not immediately quantifiable, but having the right mindset, having the right community, those intangibles, right, are so key.
Yeah. So Jess King was one of the speakers, and she is famous for being a Peloton instructor and so much more. But she talked a lot about doing the inner work and healing. And I'm sure people were sitting in the audience like, what the hell did I sign up for? What did I come to?
Yeah.
Because why are they talking to me about healing my insides when I'm trying to build a brand? But that message is so needed and necessary because people aren't talking about what you have to overcome to actually show up with confidence, to show up with clarity, and to decide who you want to be. People aren't talking about that initial work that has to be done within you, and that's going to be continuous because it never ends, right? And I think that's a missing piece for a lot of people because people want to know how they make their name an icon, but they don't understand that it really starts within.
Yeah. And I know this was something that I had said in my session on Saturday there, that everybody wants, and you see this too in the work you do with clients, like we see it in the branding program all the time, that there's the shiny toy of content. And there's Gary Vee out there telling you to be on all of the channels yesterday, producing 15 to 20 pieces of content yesterday, or you're going to be left behind. And it's like, damn, okay. I'm glad that's correct for Gary Vee right now in his career, but that is not how he started when he was doing that wine content on Twitter, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like the content is going to fall flat. It's going to feel like crickets. You're not going to be able to find your people unless you actually give them a reason or a way to find you and actually have something of value to say, which is literally in our Clever Girl credo. Like we speak up if we have something of value to say. Otherwise, we're not going to say shit, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. So that was really cool. Another thing that I found was great from Sell It is that the feedback that I've gotten from pro clients. So if you become a pro member at Sell It Like Circuit, we call you a pro client.
Yeah.
So some of our pro clients have reached out and said things like, wow, Candice, everything that you taught us, they said on stage. And I'm like, yeah.
You're welcome.
Like, I'm talking to you about, yeah, you're welcome. I'm talking to you about personal branding one-on-one. But sometimes you need to hear it coming at you from multiple directions, from multiple people who have different experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that was really helpful to understand that, okay, what my coach is talking to me one-on-one with, like, she's just not pulling out of her ass. Like, this is real, tangible things that you can do and real next steps you can take to build your brand. And it's not just, because Candice said, it's because this is how personal branding works.
Mm-hmm. It's proven. And I know you're the same way. I don't have any ego in this. I don't care if you work with me. I would love to be able to work with you if we vibe and we align and we've got similar values.
Yeah, if you're the right person.
But whoever you work with, like, there are proven methods. There are the right questions to ask. There are these methods, and there is an order of operation. And it most notably often starts with your identity and that inner work and the foundation. I remember I had brought up that your identity is kind of like the concrete foundation of your digital house, of your brand house. And if you're, so many people are trying to go to Wayfair or Crate and Barrel, and they want to like pick out all the decor, and they want to get all the paint swatches and the wallpaper and all the fun stuff. They want to hire you to develop their visual identity. But then you're like, okay, but like, who the fuck are you? And they're like, I don't know. And it's like, boo, I can't help you. Like, you need to tell me who you are, and then I'll build something that will attract more of those types of people. It's so crucial.
Mm-hmm. With my clients on the design side, I always call it baking the cake, right?
Yeah.
You have to bake the cake before I can frost it, which means you need to know why you're doing this, who you're serving, the mission that you have, your values. You have to understand all of that before I can put that frosting on. That's really just going to take it to the next level, because we all know if you head into that cake and it's shitty inside, it doesn't matter what the frosting looks like, right?
Nobody's coming back for seconds.
No one's coming back for seconds. And we basically, heard versions of that kind of over and over in different ways at the event. And so that was really cool.
Yeah. And I think like the biggest takeaway for me is, amongst all of the amazing speakers that we had, Jess King, Jen Gottlieb, Ryan Serhant, we even had a gentleman walk through how to get the most out of your revenue, like to maximize your profit, which I even learned a few things as a business owner myself. But really, I walked away, even though I was exhausted, my little introvert heart.
Yeah, of course.
I walked away with such a profound appreciation for the community and the relationships, because we spend so much time with each other, but I was explaining this to Will, like, I only get to see these people once or twice a year. And when I do see them, it's such amazing quality time over the quantity of time that other people might spend with their colleagues or their fellow agents or their fellow business owners. And it's like those core memories that just like fulfill me until our next event.
Totally.
Right.
I have to shout out Chris Webb, because he's been a longtime listener of Not Nice Clever.
He has.
And I got to meet him in real life for the first time. And we're both introverts. So of course it's like a little bit awkward, but less awkward because we kind of know each other from the DMs and from talking to each other. But he sent me a message and he said something about like, the two of us introverts meeting for the first time, like how funny, haha.
Yeah.
And I just love that our podcast has allowed us to build relationships where people feel comfortable coming up to us, taking a picture, talking to us, because, they've learned from us and they feel like, a relationship is built there just because you and I decided to hit record. Like, that is so special to me. And so shout out to Chris. Thanks for always being a supporter. We appreciate you.
Yes, Chris, we appreciate you, and Jose and Bryce and Aletha and all of our other listeners, Erica, Sarah, of course, Sarah, our OG.
Yeah.
No, it's just so great. And so this event was fantastic. I'm excited. I'm not sure when this episode is coming out, but we're already planning our next one in San Francisco on the other side of the country.
We'll be there soon. So we will be in San Francisco November 3rd and 4th. If you would like a ticket, you can follow us on Instagram and see how to get that ticket. We would love to see you there. That's coming up next with Arjun, and he always throws such an amazing event. It's called LFG. I'll let you figure out what those letters stand for. And we are always excited to see you in real life. So we'd love to see you there. Thanks for joining us on Not Nice, Clever.
Remember to follow Not Nice, Clever wherever you listen to audio.
And if you haven't already, drop that 5-star review.
Share your takeaways. Tell us your story. We love to hear it.
Signing off, your not so nice, but oh so clever besties that mean business.
See you soon.